What's good, Dokkaners? It's Frieza here. Actually, it's Majin Phantom here, back with my second Dokkan battle video. And today, in theme of the worldwide download celebration coming up in a couple days, I thought I'd go over some hopes and some possible expectations I'd like for the see during the worldwide download celebration. So without further ado, and not making this video too long, because I know my last one was like pretty long, we're just going to hop right into it. The first thing I want to cover is the EZAs I think we'll potentially see. I want to get the obvious ones out the way. Obviously, I think this dude and, well, I don't have the other dude, Cooler, STR Transforming Cooler. I don't have him in my box, but obviously I think those two units are pretty eligible for an EZA. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I think this dude's EZA could be. Now, starting with his leader skill, I don't want to make it too absurd. So for an EZA, since EZAs usually have a little bit of a weaker leader skill than the premium newer units. So what I thought I'd do is bump up that HP to 170% and then raise attack and defense to 200%. Keeping it balanced while still making it a viable leader skill that people can run Super Saiyans and Planet Namek Saga on. I think that'd be pretty decent for a leader skill. Without restricting the extra 30%, something like that for the adding a new category. And I want to keep the units within the same vein as they were before. And with that in mind, the super attack, while I could raise attack and defense or give them ceiling or something like that, I'm going to keep within the same vein of the unit's original design. So we're going to bump that attack from 30% to 50% for all allies for one turn. So that's my idea for that. And you're like, oh, well, his defense is going to be good then after super. Well, this is where his passive kicks in. What I decided to do was bump that 77% to 177% and then raise attack and defense by 30% with each attack received, up to 159, just to make it, balanced. So what that could lead to is after about 6 attacks, he'll be having about, 330, is that 32, 30, something like that. He'll have like a pretty big attack and defense buff. And you might be thinking, oh my gosh, that amount of defense and attack, that's insane. Well, I mean, this dude's I know his stats are going to get buffed in EZA, but we all know this dude pre-transformed is not doing that much damage. So I don't think it's absurd to have him raise up attack and defense with each attack received, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Especially with this day and age with Red Zone and the new Cell Max boss event, stuff like that, and who knows what's coming during Worldwide in terms of difficult content. So I don't really think it's blowing that out of proportion. And then the extra thing I decided to add to his passive was to give him 30% damage reduction just to make him a little bit more tankier, and a little bit having a little bit more staying value as a unit on a team. Transformation condition, I'm going to keep the same. I don't even think it's, in this stage and age of Dokkan, going below 70% HP from the third turn of battle, that's pretty decent, especially in Red Zone, stuff like that. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I did for his updated passive. Like I said, keeping it within the same vein. So I could, raise attack or seal or whatever, but I did greatly raise defense and cause immense damage to enemies. So keeping it very similar. Don't want to really deviate too much from this unit's original design. Obviously, I want to add unique things here and there, but I want to keep this unit, generally. I don't want to change this passive completely, if that makes sense. And speaking of passive, what I decided to do was raise attack and defense to 300% at the start, not start turn, just 300% attack and defense instead of that 80%. Attack plus 100% for the rest of the battle after receiving an attack. So from 59% to 100% compared to the original passive. Guard activated against all attacks and performs a critical hit for 6 turns. So what that means is, how I meant to write that, is guard activated for 6 turns and critical hit for 6 turns. And the next part of his passive I included is high chance to guard all attacks and high chance to perform a critical hit after, his initial guard runs out. So after those 6 turns. I know it sucks he doesn't have guaranteed guard for ever, but I want to make this, I'm trying to make this a little, if it was up to me, I just have this unit have activated or guaranteed guard all the time. But just being realistic, what Dokkan's probably going to do, I hope something similar where they give him guaranteed guard for a little bit, then high chance to guard after his guard runs out. And then the little thing I decided to add was foresee enemy super attack for 6 turns. So while his guard's activated, you're also foreseeing super attacks. So you can have him tanks attacks and stuff like that. That's what I decided to do with him. I'm not going to change the rage or anything like that. I mean, if anything, let's just take a look real quick. We can give him, I don't know, like, what do you even do with a rage character? I wouldn't even know. Attack plus, I don't know, 17% per keys per obtained. I don't know. That's up for, Dokkan. I'm not really creative with these. I don't, rage stuff. So we're going to leave that the same. Let's go ahead and pull up Cooler next. Just keep moving along. Don't want to make this too long. So we got Extreme STR pulled up. Here's Cooler. So in the same vein as Goku's leader skill, I'm going to boost that HP to 170 and then attack and defense to 200%. For his super attack, I did deviate a little bit, but I think in this day and age he kind of needs it. I gave him greatly raised defense for 1 turn and then keep that lowers attack and defense. Let's go ahead and go over his passive. I gave him 200% attack and defense to the 100%. Transformation boost category allies, key plus 3, attack and defense is 40%. I buffed that up to when facing 1 enemy. And then Terrifying Conquerors allies, key plus 3, attack and defense plus 60% when facing 2 or more enemies. And then obviously his defense might seem a little bit weak with that. So I gave him guard activated for 3 turns, just up until he can transform with the condition that he's facing a hybrid, pure Saiyan or hybrid Saiyan, obviously. So his guard will be activated for those 3 turns. And obviously, he can transform starting from the 6th turn when facing only 1 enemy. So if you aren't facing a hybrid Saiyan or pure Saiyan, when that guard runs out, you're a bit in a tough spot. And that's kind of how I wanted to design him, because I think that's how Dokkan intended for this to be. So let's go ahead and move on to his transformation. His EZA, I had him raise attack, so we kept that. And then greatly raise defense for 1 turn. And then causes immense damage to enemy and greatly lowers attack and defense. So kept that pretty much the same. And then we went ahead and buffed that 180 up to 350. And kept that key 3 at the beginning. I gave him a guaranteed additional super attack. So his defense is going to be pretty high, since I decided to give him greatly raised defense on his super with my EZA in mind. Raise his defense plus 25% with each attack received up to 250. So after 10 attacks, he's getting, all that he needs. Performs a critical hit and raise attack by 150% when facing a pure or hybrid Saiyan category enemy. So I decided to add some attack percent in there. And then delays all enemies attack for 1 turn when HP is 60% and lower. So for those who don't know, that's basically a Ghost Toucher. And that doesn't just work on 1 enemy, that works on all enemies. Once his HP threshold is 60% or lower. And that's, probably should add ones only. So, because obviously you don't want that. That'd be a bit overpowered if you got Ghost Toucher every time his HP was under 60% HP. So I'm going to keep that at once only. Obviously, I'm not going to change the links, because I don't think EZA has ever changed anyone's links, any unit's links. So those are the 2 EZAs. I think they'd be pretty busted, pretty simple. I didn't want to, make them too deviated from what they originally were. I, of course, had a little bit here and there, but I wanted to make them more modern day of what they already were back in the day. So that's my idea for that. Next idea I want to go over. So we just let's just take an example real quick. Let's go to Extreme Z Battle, and let's just scroll all the way down. I want to show y'all something. How many of y'all, and it doesn't really matter, but how many of y'all remember this dude right here? This dude with his EZA. We all know he's pretty much useless now, because obviously what his EZA has isn't gonna really stack up for modern day Dokkan. Yeah, defense was 70%, and he's not even raising defense. I mean, is a pretty for the time it's pretty good, but now this isn't getting anyone nowhere in any content whatsoever. So what do we do to what do we do to make these old EZA units viable again? Obviously, we could do the obvious and give them like another EZA, like EZA step 2, whatever. I want to be a bit more creative than that. What I think Dokkan should do to make not only old EZA units, but maybe units in general. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll just keep it to units who have already EZA'd. To make them more useful, I would like to make use of the titles that we have. Maybe add some new ones for what my idea is going for, but pretty much I'd like to see units get buffs from obtaining titles. I think that make a good use of titles and actually make them, useful and stuff like that. Because some of the obtaining some of them can be pretty challenging. Like, obviously this one, the Rim Times, that's more or less a grind than it is challenging. But like I think there's one where you have to beat, GT Goku event or stuff like that with categories, and those aren't missions, those are just for titles. And it's like, well, if we're going to make titles that challenging to obtain, why not also make them rewarding to the player other than just showing them off while also buffing units? So let's say for a title, let's go back real quick. For a title, we look at this Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Let's say you use them 77 times and any event or any battle, stuff like that. Use this unit 77 times and his passive gets buffed. Let's just say we raise that defense to 170 and attack to like 220. Simple stuff. And then use them. Use this unit like let's see, use them like what's a number like 300 times, and then he gets his stats raise a little bit more. He gets they could just buff the unit after obtaining the title for the unit related to the unit and making them stronger. For those, I'm probably making this may seem more complicated than it needs to be, but pretty much what I want Dokkan to do is make a use for titles by increasing a unit's passive and stuff like that by obtaining the title. So you obtain the title, that unit gets stronger. That's kind of the idea I'm going for. I think it should only apply to Easy 8 units who have already Easy 8. And sorry guys, I had to make a cut there. But anyways, so I didn't want to make this video too long, and already started about 12 minutes long at this point. So I'm gonna stop it here. Maybe I'll do a part 2 for this video. Well, let me not make any promises. The anniversary's coming out in 6 days, and I feel like I said most of what I wanted to say about what Dokkan could do, other than just obviously Easy A's and new events and stuff like that. I really want them to associate titles with making Easy A units, old Easy A units stronger, so they can actually be relevant in modern day content. So that's my idea for what they could do during Worldwide, or just hopefully sometime soon in the future. Anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see y'all next time.